feel like I'm in heaven, cause I'm counting up to 7 tonight.
Alrighty. Righty. So we look. I know this has been done ad nauseum, I reckon, but it still throws up a heap of interest out there. By request from a number of listeners a couple of weeks ago who said, guys, we need your definitive 7 best Dockers of all time and your best 7 West Coast Eagles of all time. Now, we can go through a whole range of reasons why.
These are ours.
But these are ours, and you can have yours. And it's not personal. We've left a lot of names on the cutting room floor.
You watch us, though. You and I will get personal and punch on over this.
Which club would you like to test first? Can we go West Coast first?
Sure.
All righty. We're starting from 7 through to 1. And my number 7 will not be on your list. Away.
Well, my number 7, and it feels rude to have him as 7, but that's how many good players they got, is Dean Kemp. Tommy Kemp at number 7. Just a star, only slight. Midfield took on Bulls week in, week out. Norm Smith medalist, dual premiership player. I'm sure there's the best and fairest in there. Dean Kemp.
Yeah, and was a bargain buy too, wasn't he?
And pick number 322.
86 or something like that, or 103. So Dean Kemp for you.
Yeah.
My first one is Shannon Hearn. I think a premiership captain, he just rarely got beaten, almost borderline retired too soon, had a few injuries late in the year. I think Shannon Hearn should not be underestimated what he's done for that football club in more recent years. I've got him at 7.
Wowzers, rightio. Number 6 is the goal-kicking sensation of Josh Kennedy. He was just a dead-set star from the start, from when he got to West Coast to when he finished. Legend of the game.
Number 6?
Yeah, I've got him at number 6.
Wow. I've got Peter Matera at 6.
What? 6? Wow, I can't wait to hear the rest.
Cats as Barnes wins it, but straight to the run of Matera from 55. He sets sail behind with a mighty kick.
6. He was brilliant, but I found a number of players.
Better.
Yes, he was brilliant. I'm a Peter Matera fan, but you can't have them all. So, yes, Peter Matera's 6th best Eagle of all time.
Djakovic at number 5 for me. Glenn Djakovic, 4-time best and fairest.
Yep, fair enough.
But the reason he's at 5, some people have got him at 1. The reason I've got him at 5 is he played the easiest position on the ground.
Centre back.
Well, if centre forward's the hardest position on the ground, he played the easiest.
That's very clever by you. Boom tish. Oh, that deserves a little bit of boom tish action right there. Dean Cox for me. He changed the way ruckman played as ruckman. He sort of brought back that mobile ruckman stroke from Polly Farmer days when you see the vision. The running ruckman, linking up play. He was good for a bounce. He just turned the game around. So I've got Dean Cox at number 5.
I've got him at number 4. All of those reasons, used the footy beautifully as well, was very good set shot for goal as well, and I've got him at number 4.
Ben Cousins at 4 for me. You don't win, Brownlow medal and dominate for years and years and years. He was a part of that amazing midfield. Now, you can sort of question whether he should be in there considering stuff that's happened post-career or even during his career. But for me, he was a game changer. He was incredible. He's high speed.
Possession there, made a bit of an error, but Cousins turned it into something great and delivered for Stengline.
You're making this easy for me because I've got him in at number 3. No more reasons required. It was just an absolute legend of the football club, no doubt about it.
My number 3 is Glenn Djakovic. Just centre half back. He was surrounded by greatness with Michael Brennan and David Hart and Chris Waterman and Bluey and Woosha. There was that sort of that constant 6 that they had often down there, and I just think he was the general. He played on the best centre half forwards for the best part. He played on Carey. It was a battle that we love so much, and Glenn Djakovic for me was easily in the Eagles' top 3.
Number 2 for me is Chris Judd. I've got him at number 2. I know a lot of people argue, but I've got him at number 2. He was brilliant. And I asked Hammer the other day when he was talking about Nick Dacos. Like, you can compare the first 3 or 4 years of either of their careers were just outstanding. I've got Chris Judd at number 2.
Josh Kennedy for me. He was just a goal-scoring machine at number 2. Just wasn't
a warrior, wasn't he?
Oh, and just every year he just kicked big bags of goals. He was
sort of.
He was, we know that he's a premiership player. didn't let too many people down. I think Josh Kennedy, we should never underestimate what Josh Kennedy has done for that football club. And
2 Commons.
He's the best forward to be produced
Yeah,
there.
I agree with it completely. My number 1 is your number 6, Peter Matera. I think Peter Matera was the one that, at the time, goal-kicking wingmen changed games. And Roo changed games so many times. And then to continue on and spend a bit of time forward as well, he could rest forward and can kick goals. I think he's the best player the club's ever had.
Evans over the top. Matera somehow gets out of Dale. Peter Matera, 52 metres. Pulls it back. What a magnificent kick for goal. Across the...
He was a human highlights reel. There's no doubt about that. So, yep, I can understand you having. I can understand you having him that high. I'm pretty comfortable with where I have him at number 6. And my number 1 is Chris Judd. I think Chris Judd was explosive in the time at West Coast. He came on, he played 1 waffle game for East Perth. He got 3 Sandover votes, or 5 votes. I can't remember. 5 or 3.
And he gave out 4.
And then they said he'll never, ever, 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 ever be back in the waffle. He just was dynamic. He was a part of that midfield. I know he did great things going to Carlton as well, but I think at West Coast, winning a Brownlow, being a dominant player, for me, he's the most exciting player to have put on a West Coast Eagles jump.
Highlights reel. That is as good as it gets.
Yeah, 7 through to 1.
My 7 through to 1 is Kempy, JK, Jakovic, Cox, Cousins, Judd, and Peter Matera sits on top for mine.
Mine, Shannon Hearn at 7, Peter Matera, Dean Cox, Ben Cousins, Glenn Jakovic at 3, Josh Kennedy 2, and Chris Judd at 1.
Freo time?
Freo time.
Freo time at number 7, 2-club player, but played 131 games, kicked 224 goals for the Dockers, and that is the Wiz, Jeff Farmer.
Interesting. Wouldn't have had him in my top 15.
What?
No, just my opinion. I couldn't find a spot for him in my top 15.
He did 15.
Aaron Sandlands.
Please.
Aaron Sandlands.
Please. You've got a bloke who averaged 4 kicks a game and 1 contested mark a game in your top 7 players ever.
Aaron Sandlands was game-changing for Fremantle.
With Rucknocks?
Yep, 100% he was. Size matters, mate. And he made a massive difference. He made a massive difference. Sandlands at 7. Who's your number 6?
Luke McFarlane in at number 6. Very, very good defender. And got the job done most weeks.
Yeah, I've got him in my top 7. Not quite there, though. Paul Hazelby I have at number 6. Rising star, 4-time Allen Glendinning medalist. Big game player. Beautiful user of the footy. Work rate was exceptional.
He looks up, goes to 50, in the sun. Hazelby's got it. Peter Bell gives the double fist pump. Paul Hazelby has won 3 Glendinning medals. Hazelby kicks. Dockers in front.
So I got him at 6. Who've you got at 5?
Got Lockie Neal in there at number 5. 135 games.
Wow! Lockie Neal.
He was their best player while he was there. Oh, well, no, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
But he was in their top 3 best players when he was there because the other 2 that were there
He's
at
been
1
a
and 2.
way better player at Brisbane than he is at West Coast.
135. No, it's opinion-based.
Okay, Lockie Neal. Luke McFarlane. Just
at 5.
At 5, yeah. Just a marker, a spoiler, a runner, a smart footballer, the general down back. And when he played for them, at times, they were under siege as a footy club. I thought he was the glue down back. Luke McFarlane, number 5.
I've got our man Hayes at number 4. Just as you said, 4 Glendinning Allen medalists. Glendinning Allen medalist. He used the footy so well, got the footy so many times, and for a time when they really, their skills, they'd probably have a lot of turnovers, turned the footy over a lot. Hayes rarely did, and I thought he was that good that he deserves to be in number 4.
Jason reckons I'm nuts not having Jeff Farmer in my top 7.
Yeah, go on, Jason.
Really? Michael Walters for me. Michael Walters, number 4. Sonny Walters, still going strong, still the X factor. Mr. Reliable, pinch hits in the middle, huge turnaround of his football journey, his life journey, inspirational for many, and just passionate purple, and love everything he does as a footballer. And, easily in the top 7 at number 4.
I know.
Easy. If you don't have him in the top 7,
I know.
you can't be taking credit. There's no credibility.
I feel so dirty.
You don't have him in?
No.
You got Jeff Farmer in ahead of Michael Walters. Wow.
I know.
Wow.
No.
Thank you, Brian. Number 3?
Play him. David Mundy. David Mundy in at number 3. Talk about users of the footy. There weren't many better than David Mundy. Longevity gets a massive say in it as well. Just, again, a name on the whiteboard that would never be taken off ever. Just left there, and you knew what you're going to get week in, week out. His teammates knew. His fans knew. He's number 3.
Snap. David Mundy.
Yep, sweet. Number 2 for me is Nat Fyfe. I've got him at number 2, and this is a tough one. This is where people will argue, and it's the same with the Judd and the Cousins at West Coast, and I've got Matera, but I've got Nat Fyfe at number 2. When you talk about, he has had an outstanding career, but when you look at the entire piece of it, the last 4 years, he's still playing, but the last 4 years, not be much. And but he said when he at his peak, just a brilliant footballer.
Yeah, Pav at number 2 for me.
Ooh,
so you know where
we've
I'm
done
going
the
with
flip flop.
Yeah, we've done the flip flop.
Well, I've got Pav at number 1.
So I've got Pav at number 2. Just what a leader. Big game player, goal kicker, carried that team, started as a defender, dominated up forward, multiple All-Australian, inspirational, great talker, carried a big load at that football club for a long period of time. He's my number 2.
Number 1 for me. Number 1 for me.
Pavlich, has it got the legs? It has! Had a mind of its own, De Boer helped it, it's out. Pav's beaten them to it. The kick doesn't go in his direction, still might fall for him for his 6th goal. He can do no wrong, Matthew Pavlich.
Yep, and that would be just a very small snapshot of the 700-goal career of Matthew Pavlich.
Down, back, up, forward, in the middle, wherever you needed him.
Yep.
Job done.
Nat Fyfe for me. Nat Fyfe.
Lobs with him. Ball falls to Fyfe. He gets his moment here. And he nails it. Nat Fyfe. This is brilliant.
Game changer. Absolute game changer. Dual Brownlow medalist. So deemed the best player in the competition.
By the umpires.
He's but Judd won 1, Cousins won 1. So it's 2, Judd. Interesting, he just, whether it would be a midfielder where he's one of the first bulls to get through that midfield.
Yeah, you're probably right there.
Quick at speed, and then up forward, you just one out. He just clunks, a huge marker of the ball. Has kicked enough goals, impact player, great leader, inspirational leader. Again, carried the football club through some very difficult times. For me, it's it was a flip of the coin, but I do believe the 2 Brownlows makes him the best player Fremantle has ever produced, and I think he'll go down as one of the greats of all time. So you're 7?
Jeff Farver, which I feel dirty about. Luke McFarlane, Lockie Neal, Hazelby, Mundy, Fyfe, Pav at number 1.
7 Sandilands, 6 Hazelby, 5 McFarlane, 4 Walters. Cannot believe you don't have Walters in it.
Me neither, and I wrestled and I lost some sleep over it.
It's a mistake. It's just a mistake. You can admit mistakes.
You got
3
Shannon
David
Hearn
Mundy,
yours.
2 Matthew Pavlich, and 1 Nat Fyfe. Shannon Hearn's a premiership captain.
Yeah, and you picked
played
a bloke who in Fremantle who averaged 4 kicks a game and 1 contested mark at 213 centimetres. 1 contested mark.
And
we pot Luke Jackson left, right and centre at the moment because we're not taking enough marks.
Very different. Look, one's 7'8" and one's 6'7". One gets around the ground mobile. Sandlands, you're comparing apples with oranges if you're going Sandlands Jackson as players. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, you are.
No
body type and ability. Aaron Sandlands was massive for that football club. Massive. He got the ball going that way. It's like Nat Nui at West Coast. I mean, I wouldn't have Nat Nui in the top 7 any day, but he still changed the game. Sandlands changed the game for Fremantle. Being in the middle. I know it's a time and a place, and you've got to, you've still got to. He was there, and he might have done the same at any other club. But to say that he hasn't been influential, and you go back
I'm not saying he hasn't been influential. I just don't think he's in their top 7 players.
And Shannon Hearn's a premiership.
Yeah, that's okay.
Skipper, premiership skipper. and
So
was
is Woosher.
huge.
Woosher's a two-time premiership skipper. You got him out.
Yes. Shannon Hearn and John Worsfold, please. Please.
So that's an interesting one, right? So ability-wise,
One can kick 75 metres.
one kick
Okay,
40.
one can, yeah.
Yeah, but who would you rather play next to? I mean, that's a hard one. 'Cause
No,
Shannon Hearn's
no,
just
I'm
an
not going to get an argument. I'm not going to.
great man.
No, I'd stand in. I'd go in the trenches with John Worsfold every day. But Shannon Hearn is way better football than John Worsfold.
Yeah, that's all right. Your criteria was premiership captain.
13, 12, 55. Well, I'm contributing. He was a premiership captain, but he's not just tossing the coin. He's not Tom Harley. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? No, but Tom was a good, resolute defender. But Shannon Hearn was a star who changed games. The dash, the run. One-on-one, Shannon Hearn barely got beaten. Barely got beaten. Nah, mate.
Tom Harley was a administrator just playing a bit of football.
No, Tom Harley is a premiership captain.
He is,
But
for a couple of times.
Yeah, anyway.
To agree.
Tom says no Peter Bell. Nah, just couldn't get him in. Tom reckons it's surprised I didn't put Harley in. Guy McKenna, the best halfback I've seen, 139.
Yeah, that's a personal thing, though. We just don't want him in.
DJ reckons Byron Shammer must have been mentioned in the conversation right there. Anyway, 0487736736.
By Byron Shammer, maybe.
Mike reckons Chad Warner and Cosy Pickett will be in Frio's top 7 next year.